acompañarme. Gracias, Ana, por acompañarme. ¿Me puedes confirmar si me escuchas, por favor? Muchas gracias por tu puntualidad. Gracias que me pudieron acompañar en nuestra tercera sesión. Hola, Joana. Buenas noches. Gracias por acompañarme. Ok, Ana, muchas gracias. Como ya saben, nuestras sesiones son en idioma inglés, pero ustedes pueden estar escribiendo en el chat en idioma español y retomaremos cualquier punto que tengan inquietud, que no quede claro, de la misma manera en español si es necesario. Así es que por favor siéntanse libres de consultarme cualquier situación por medio del chat de YouTube, ¿ok? Muchas gracias, Joana. Okay, so let's start our session. So after this recess that we had the past week, and this academic recess, we're going to begin with our third week. So we are in the Model 6, My World in Another Language. This is our third synchronous session or group, as you already know, and our ordinary period, that June 29 to August 2nd of 2020. So we're going to review on this third week, Unit 3, that is titled Hobbies and Abilities. So we will learn how to provide information in English about ours and other people's hobbies and abilities in a daily routine, both orally and writing. We will develop the necessary vocabulary to express daily routines, abilities, likes or dislikes of us and other people. So that's the heart here, because we're going to express hobbies and abilities, likes and dislikes, and also in a job context, to an interview, a job interview, and also we're going to pretend to find a roommate. So we have to know about them, okay? So the order of our session tonight is we're going to review the object of this session, the performance indicators of week 3. We're going to review the activity formats with also a grammatical tutorial. We're going to check and talk about the areas of success detected in week 2 and the areas of opportunity to apply in this third week. We're going to talk also about the time extensions for activities in this third week. It's crucial. Additional resources, and then space for doubts. So the object of this session is we're going to review the performance indicators of week 3 for the correct development of the assigned activities with the support of examples and tutorials, as well as areas of success and opportunity to apply in this third week. So the performance indicators of this third week, we have two integrative activities titled Applying for a Job and Finding a Roommate, where we're going to check out in a minute. The form activities are daily routine and job abilities. The learning forum of this third week is that we're going to talk about things and activities that we like or dislike, the activities that we do daily, and what we are capable of doing. Ok, Gloria, buenas noches, gracias por acompañarme. Me pregunta que si las imágenes con las que ilustraremos nuestra actividad integradora 5. Ahorita voy a hablar acerca de las imágenes, Gloria, pero sí, la recomendación en este momento que les voy a mostrar en la plantilla es que pueden utilizar Pinterest porque son libres de derechos de autor, pero sí tienen que ilustrar cada una de las actividades que se muestran en la tabla de la actividad 5, ¿ok? Ahorita en un momentito más lo vamos a checar. So, we also have the social emotional activity 12, and we have 4 form exercises that we have to answer them. Remember that you have to click on finish everything and send the activities, the form activities and the exercises, in order to the platform really end the exercise and capture your jobs, okay? So the review of the activity formats that I was talking about with Gloria. Me dice Gloria que si tienen que ser nuestras o ilustraciones animadas, ¿no? Pueden ser ilustraciones animadas, ¿sí? De caricaturas que hablen precisamente de la actividad, de lo que nos gusta, lo que no nos gusta, de lo que estamos diciendo ahí en la oración, ¿ok? Entonces puede ser cualquier imagen. So we're going to check the spelling in Word, how to check the spelling in Word, the Grammarly review for do and does of integrative activities. Okay, so let's go first to our infographic that is located on the news forum. You have this infographic in English and in Spanish on the news forum, titled as Suggestions Week 3 in English and Suggestions Week 3 in Spanish. I give you here some quick ideas step by step, what are my suggestions for each week. So here I explain to you that the purpose of these activities of the third week is to be able to provide information in English about skills and hobbies both for ourselves and other people in oral and written form. So we're going to review the applying for a job, this integrative activity number 5, in which we will apply grammatical notions and vocabulary from Unit 3 to express information about our abilities, what we like and what we dislike, in the context of a job interview. Okay, we're going to use the vocabulary as 3, can, like, dislikes, hate, and expressing hobbies and abilities. These are resources that are located on the platform on week 3. And we have to download the file applying for a job, that we're going to check it out in a minute. And we also have to record some audios, some recordings, and that we have to use Vocaroo, voice capture, voice recorder, or the sound recorder of Windows, anything you want to do it. I'm checking out that you do it very neatly, this part of the recordings, that there's no problem, no issue about this part with you. And the integrative activity number 5, finding a roommate, we will apply grammatical notions and the vocabulary of Unit 3 to obtain information about the usual activities of other people and as a useful element in choosing a roommate. So we're going to check the resource in week 3, adverbs of frequency, my schedule, and the video daily routine. We have to answer 10 questions that we're going to check it out in a minute, and we're also going to use the adverbs of time. Okay, in the social and emotional activity, the learning forum, that I give you an example to start the forum here. So I love swimming. In fact, I was a high performance athlete and competed internationally. On the contrary, I do not like ball sports such as football and basketball. Okay, so I'm going to give you a everyday guide, sentences and ideas to share in this learning forum. Okay, so let's go to our first activity of this third week. It will be activity number 5, applying for a job. Okay, so let's go for the part that Gloria was asking in the chat. Okay, the instructions of the activity ask me that I have to read and answer each question in the chart and add an image to illustrate each one. So the question of Gloria is that if we have to place what kind of picture, if I can choose any picture, a cartoon or image or whatever it is, correct. Okay, so you don't have to place a picture of yourself doing these activities. Okay, it could be any image, any picture. And I also suggest that you can use Pinterest, that is a free application that also have free images from low rights of author. Okay, so you can use this application that is free, Pinterest. And of course, that I was saying, in the infographic we can check the resource in week 3. Vocabulary is 3, can, like, dislikes, hate, and expressing hobbies and abilities. This will be very helpful to develop this part of the chart of integrative activity. So the first question asks me, what can you do? I have to write down 2 abilities or 2 answers for each question. Okay, 2 answers. It's a very common mistake, according to the rubric, that you only answer 1 question or 1 sentence. Okay, so we have to place down 2 answers for each question. Sí, Ana. Me dice Ana que si puedo explicar esta parte en español. Sí, claro que sí. Me dice Gloria, lo que nos decía Gloria hace un momento, el tema de las imágenes, es que decía que pueden utilizar Pinterest, que es una aplicación gratuita para poder descargar imágenes que además son libres de derechos de autor, y que tenemos que elegir dos, tenemos que ilustrar cada una de las respuestas. Decía que el error más común es que únicamente demos una respuesta por la pregunta. Entonces tienen que ser dos oraciones, dos respuestas, ¿ok? Como en el ejemplo que tengo acá. What can you do? I can cook. Okay, and there's my picture about what I'm asking, the question and the answer. So the picture is a woman that is cooking. Okay, I can read, for example. What can you do? What I can do is that I can't dance ballet. I can use a contraction, can't, with the apostrophe, or I can use cannot. Okay, it's the same. I cannot fly, for example. Or I cannot speak German, I cannot speak Chinese, or I cannot run fast, for example. Okay? What do you like to do? Two things that you like to do. I like swimming and I like soccer. I have to explain right down here because it's a very common mistake. It's a grammatical rule when we use like, because we're using to express what we love to do or what we really into. So it's also a verb, and the second verb we have to add ing, okay, like in the example. It will be incorrect if I do like this. I like to swim, for example. This will be incorrect. This will be incorrect. I have to do I like swimming, like in this example, okay? Or I like running, for example, okay? So, para la parte de Ana, que estamos explicando también en español, decía que este es un error muy común, es una regla gramática que tenemos que usar con like, porque además de que lo estamos utilizando para expresar algo que nos gusta, en lo que somos buenos o en lo que estamos muy interesados, también es un verbo. Entonces resulta que si yo tengo el verbo like, el segundo verbo que estoy diciendo en este momento tiene que llevar ing al final del verbo para que yo pueda ser una gramaticalmente correcto la oración en inglés. Entonces por eso es que decía que el ejemplo I like swimming sería correcto, o I like running. Y el error más común es que utilizamos to, porque los traductores siempre como que hacen esta parte y entonces lo vemos como que si fuera correcto, ¿no? I like to color, por ejemplo. Entonces no utilizamos to y además utilizamos ya sea en sustantivo, como es en este caso I like soccer, ¿sí? O si es un verbo, agregar ing. ¿Sí? ¿Hasta aquí está claro? Okay. What would it like to do? Please don't forget to place two pictures for each answer. Okay? Or one picture for each answer. What do you dislike to do? I don't like washing the dishes. Is the same. I'm using like, and if I'm placing another verb immediately, I have to add ing. Like in this example. I don't like washing the dishes. Or I do not is the same, it's a contraction, or I do not. I do not like, I don't know, running in the street. Or I do not like, what else? Dancing in public, for example. Okay? So if I'm using a verb next to like, that is also a verb, I have to add ing to the second verb, okay, in order to be correct, grammatically correct. The fifth question, what do you hate to do? Also, sorry, I didn't remember this part that I have to explain to you, that we use do as an auxiliary to express with like, so that's why we use do. Okay, I don't like washing dishes, I do not like dancing in public. Okay, we use the auxiliary do not to express what we don't like. Okay? What do you hate to do? I hate do the laundry. Okay? I'm using do. I hate do the laundry. I hate... What else? I hate... dancing. Or I hate... pandemics. For example, okay? So I use what I hate to do. And I love watching movies. What do you love to do? With love, we have to do the same grammatical rule that we use with like, because it's also a verb, like a verb, okay? I'm expressing emotion here. So I love watching movies. I have to add ing to the second verb. I love watching movies, or I love cooking with my son. Okay, for example. And for our recording, we have to read the questions and the answers, okay? The two answers, all of them. What can you do? I can cook. I can speak English. What can you do? I can dance ballet. I cannot fly. I can speak German. What do you like to do? I like swimming. I like running. I like soccer. What do you dislike to do? I don't like washing the dishes. I do not like dancing in public. What do you hate to do? I hate do the laundry. I hate dancing. I hate pandemics. What do you love to do? I love watching movies. I love cooking with my son. ¿Ok? Ana, ¿hasta aquí alguna duda? ¿Quedó claro? Don't worry about the time extension of the recording, okay? There's no penalize according to the rubric if you pass the limit of the instructions of the recordings, okay? No hay penalización en cuanto al tiempo de las grabaciones conforme a la rúbrica, entonces no tengan pendientes si ustedes exceden el tiempo del asunto del audio. Tenemos que leer, aquí sí podemos leer las preguntas y ambas respuestas. Ok, Ana, perfecto. So let's go to the second activity, that it will be activity number 6, finding a roommate. So here we're going to pretend that we are looking for a roommate. A roommate is a partner, a person that is going to live with us in the same room, in the same house. So in order to know more about him or her, we have to ask some questions about the routines, what we like, what were dislikes, okay? Of course, in order to complete the second part of our activity, I recommend to you that we ask questions about routines, about times, that maybe at what time does she or he wakes up, or at what time does she or he have lunch, at what time does or she goes to work, for example, okay? So about the routines of time, it will be helpful to complete the second part of the activity, okay? So the instructions of activity, the first part, is that I have to write 10 questions and the answers to know the routine of your possibly new roommate. So we have to check out the resource in week 3, adverbs of frequency, my schedule, and the video daily routine. Okay? So I have to write down 10 questions. What I have to do to write down the questions, I have to use the auxiliary do and does. So I'm using the auxiliary does to structure our questions in grammatical way in English. To structure the questions with he or she, we have to use the auxiliary does, like here in this chart, okay? In infinitive form, it will be like this. Do you study every day? I study every day. Does he study every day? Yes, he studies every day, okay? And we also have here some WH questions that we use it also with the auxiliary, but we place it on the first on the sentence, okay? It will be like this. What does he or she play football? Where does he or she play football? Why do you work? When do you take the bus? For example, when do you take the bus? Okay, so we also can use the WH questions in order to answer yes or no or give more information about ourselves, okay, to obtain information, gain information about other people. And I also have to explain to you these grammatical forms about the personal pronouns and the possessive adjectives, because we use the possessive adjectives to indicate so that something belongs to someone. So it will be very helpful for you to be careful with the use of these ones. Like this, she likes washing her clothes. He likes washing his clothes. Okay, so the possessive adjectives that we are going to use, it will be only her for she and his for he. But we also have possessive adjectives for the other pronouns. Okay, for I, it will be my. For you, your. He and he will be his, she, her, it, its, we, our, you, your, they, their. Okay, so the possessive adjectives to indicate that something belongs to someone. In this case, we're only going to use her and his. Okay, she likes to wash her clothes every Sunday morning, for example. He likes washing his clothes on Sundays at night. Okay, so they will be indicating time, it's a routine, and we're also using possessive adjectives. Okay, hasta aquí también voy a explicar un poco para Ana en español, que decía que vamos a redactar 10 preguntas utilizando el auxiliar does, porque vamos a referirnos únicamente a él o a ella. Entonces en este caso, como tengo acá en el cuadro amarillo, únicamente utilizaríamos does para conformarlo con he o she, si estamos eligiendo un roomie hombre o mujer, y el verbo siempre va en infinitivo, ¿ok? Como los ejemplos que estoy diciendo acá. Y las respuestas vamos a utilizar como los ejemplos: Samantha has lunchtime at 7 o'clock, and yes, she does exercise regularly. ¿Ok? Estoy utilizando las mismas formas gramaticales, y que también es muy posible que utilicemos aquí los possessive adjectives, que nos sirven para indicar que algo pertenece a alguien. Entonces en este caso únicamente vamos a utilizar her para she, la mujer, o his para hombre. Y decía que los possessive adjectives también tienen para los otros pronombres, y que aquí están en este cuadrito, ¿de acuerdo? Que también comentaba hace un momento que podemos utilizar de WH questions como what, where, why, when, para utilizarlos también con does o do en las preguntas y obtener más información acerca de las personas. Entonces también es válido utilizar estos WH questions conocidos en el idioma inglés, ¿de acuerdo? ¿Hasta aquí vamos bien? Ok. So the second part of our activity is that we have to write down 5 sentences where I have to explain the routine of our possibly roommate. So we're going to remember that we'll use the structure of the third person, and we're going to remember the using of adverbs of time. Did you remember that on the week 2 we used and we saw the adverbs of time to indicate how to go from one place to another? You remember that, right, on the map. So we're also going to use here the adverbs of time to indicate the routine of our possibly roommate. So it's very important, according to the rubric, that we use adverbs of time in these sentences. So I have to place down 5 sentences, and we only have 4 adverbs of time, okay, that we know. So it's okay if you repeat one of these adverbs of time. The example will be like this. First, she gets up at 6 in the morning. After, she eats breakfast and takes a shower. Then, she goes to work. She goes working, okay? After, She goes to the gym. Okay, and finally, she gets home at 9 p.m. Okay, so this will be an example. That's why I was asking or suggesting you that time about a routine that indicates time, so it will be easy for you when you arrive to the second part of the activity. Okay, so it will be like this, the sentences. It don't have to be long sentences, long answers, but according to the rubric, what is very penalized is that I don't use the adverbs of time. So please use the adverbs of time at the beginning of each sentences, okay, of each sentence. And what about the recording? We have to read the questions and the answers and their routine, okay, so everything. I have to write down, I have to read the 10 questions, the answers, and our routine here. Okay, everything, it must be recorded. Okay, so is there a question until here? Aquí comentaba también que debemos de utilizar los adverbios de tiempo que ya revisamos en la semana 2 y que un error muy común o lo más frecuente del tema de la rúbrica en esta parte es que no estamos utilizando los adverbios de tiempo y que como solamente conocemos 4 está bien si repetimos uno más. Okay, puedo utilizar after or then o cualquiera de estos en una cuarta ocasión para poder hacer las 5 oraciones con los adverbios de tiempo. ¿Okay? Para el tiempo de el audio, no se preocupen, no hay penalización conforme a la rúbrica si ustedes se exceden del tiempo. Hay que leer todas las preguntas, todas las respuestas y las 5 oraciones de la rutina. ¿Ok? Todo se graba. ¿Hasta aquí alguna pregunta? Okay, so let's continue with our slides. Oh, sorry. The grammatical review. Yes, here. So I told you that I'm going to check out very quickly the grammatical way in Word. So we have up here in our Word of checking or revisar. And here I can choose the language, idioma, to choose our language that we're going to write down automatically. Okay, so I'm going to choose the language in English. Here I have Inglés Estados Unidos. I click OK. And I also have here, because it won't be in this language, it will be incorrect, everything, it will be on red. Okay, so here I can check my spelling in Word just as that. Okay, every day, for example. Very good. Every day, etc. Okay, so we can check this part just here in Word. Okay, so let's continue. Me dice Joana, ¿en sí serán solo los audios, no tanto por escrito? No, todo se evalúa, Joana, tanto que esté con escrito como que esté en audio, ¿ok? Y el audio se evalúa que esté todo lo que está pidiendo la rúbrica que se grabe. Entonces lo que decía hace un momento es que todo se tiene que grabar, todo lo que escribimos en el formato se tiene que decir también en voz, pero lo pueden leer, ¿ok? Entonces todo se tiene que contestar y conforme a la rúbrica y conforme a las reglas gramaticales que ya comentamos hace un momento. Okay? So what about the areas of success detected in week 2? I notice that you keep in touch with me through the platform messenger and personal email, so please keep this fluid communication. You also send in advance integrative activities for early detection of areas of opportunity, so I thank you for that also. You notice the feedback to send your activity again. Not many of you, but some of you did this part. You participate actively in the learning forum, so please continue with this part. And what about the areas of opportunity to apply in this third week? I have to ask you that please check the grammatical writing and use the proper vocabulary to each situation. I also recommend you the Grammarly.com since the first week. We also can use the improving grammatical way in Word, in English. So there's a lot of improving areas in here, the grammatical way. You can check the vocabularies of each unit in the platform also. So please notice also the rubric and my suggestions. Notice that the rubric is in Spanish, so you can know very clear what I have to evaluate you, okay? So take care of the noise, interference, and voice level injury recordings. I'm noticing that some of you, it's a very low level, so please take care of this part. Be careful to be very near of the microphone. There is no interference and other sounds of everything, okay, or anything. What about the time extensions for activities? This third week is crucial to regularize all the activities from the past weeks that you can send on time, because I don't know, a very good reason for that. So this is a very important week because I pretend that on the last week, on the fourth week, we only have all of our energy in the integrative project, because it's a very important value of the total of the platform, of the model. Okay, so please try to regularize the activities of the past weeks on this third week. So the procedure, you already know that, but I have to remind you that you can contact me by the messenger of the platform or through my personal email. You can make sure you have your activities ready, or you can contact me first to explain me the reason that you can't send the activity on time. And when you have your activities ready, or your activity ready, I will give you 24 hours to send your activity on the platform. Okay, as soon as you write to me and I answer to you, I will give you 24 hours in the platform to send your activities, okay? In the same way, you will have in 24 hours sending of your activity, you will have your evaluation and your feedback. So please notice that you must have a very good reason why you need this extension. What are the additional resources that you have it on the Learning Forum and on the News Forum that I have to ask to you, to suggest to you that I have pronuncian.com. It's a web page with podcasts to practice the sound of the vowels and certain words that have special pronunciation. We can also use Fluent U application that develops the learning of the English language through videos. It's a very good tool for this. And I also ask to you or suggest you the adverbs of frequency. It's an English lesson from Oxford English. In YouTube, it's a very short video to talk about the adverbs of frequency that you have to use in this third week. So this is a space for doubts. Please, if you have any doubts, you can write me in the chat. I'll also be available 24 hours in the platform. I will be answering your doubts. So please be free to contact me anytime you want in the messenger of the platform or personal email. Or if you have something else here, Joanna, Gloria, Ana, that you can join me tonight, thank you. If you have some questions about it, please ask me. In Spanish, you can ask me also. Ok, Joana, sí quedó claro el tema de los audios, ¿verdad? Ok, Ana, muchas gracias. Ok, so thank you for joining me tonight. Ana, Gloria, y Joanna. And Joanna, thank you for joining me tonight. I remind you that this session, it will be recorded, remain recorded. You have the link on the news forum, on the calendar of the platform, and on the personal messenger on the platform in order to check it out anytime you want. So thank you so much, and I'll be aware of your doubts during the week. Please work with discipline of this third week. Let's keep the right rhythm in this unit 3, okay? Okay, Joanna.